Hey everyone, so this is a new kind of video that I want to try out. This is my entire 4K Blu-ray collection. Now, keep in mind, I don't have the biggest 4K collection, but but for the fact that I started 4K collecting last year, I think it's a pretty nice little collection, and I would like to share it with you today. And this is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, but that's okay. And I hope this video turns out good, and I hope you enjoy. So without further ado, let's just get right to it. Alrighty, so, okay, starting off strong. I got both of the Blade Runner movies on 4K. I recently watched this one. This one is probably the best 4K transfer I've ever seen for an older film. This on 4K looks unbelievably good. Absolutely buy this on 4K. This one, I've watched a little bit of on 4K, and this also looks phenomenal. I haven't seen this yet. I'm very, very excited to watch it. I've heard nothing but great things about it. And this will definitely be watched. Okay, so the next movie I have on here is Casablanca. This is one of the best movies ever made. For a good reason. This is a phenomenal film that came out in the 40s. Very revolutionary. Great performances, really good writing, and a very touching story. Now listen, is this movie stupid? Oh yeah. Is the science in this movie legit? I don't think so. But do I really enjoy it? Yes. And I actually first saw this movie in science class back in 7th grade, and and I've always liked this movie. It's a very fun, dumb, early 2000s disaster movie. Okay, next one up is one of my favorite things that I own. The Dark Knight collection on 4K. I got this last year on Black Friday for $30. That's a deal. And the Dark Knight trilogy might be my favorite trilogy of all time. I absolutely adore these movies. I adore Christopher Nolan, and these movies are like some of my all-time favorite movies, especially The Dark Knight, which is one of my top 5, top 3 favorite movies of all time. I absolutely adore The Dark Knight so much. Well, and same with Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises, which some people kind of crap on. I love this movie. I think it's a great finale to the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. Bane was awesome. And Batman Begins was a really great origin story. And in some ways, I kind of consider this one big movie. One very long movie, but still, one big, awesome Batman movie. And, these are the best adaptations of Batman I've ever seen. Okay, next up is E.T. This looks incredible on 4K. The picture quality on this is spectacular. You can tell that they really went in and they really upped the colors and the detail, but still kept that film grain look, because this movie was shot on film. Absolutely incredible. And the movie itself is one of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies. I know it kind of gets crapped on because some people think it's kind of overrated. Fair enough, but I really, really have an emotional attachment to this movie. Well, because this was like one of my favorite movies growing up, and it's one of my favorite movies now. It's just this beautiful story, about boy and an alien, that become friends, and it's beautifully directed, and John Williams' score is just flawless. Also, the puppet effects on E.T. are absolutely incredible as well. Okay, the next one up is The Equalizer 2. I haven't seen this yet, I will be honest. I am very much looking forward to seeing this. I really liked the first one and the third one. I haven't seen this one, though. I heard this one's pretty good. I adore Denzel Washington. I'll watch him in pretty much anything, so I'm very excited to check this out. Okay, so the next one is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I got this on Black Friday last year for about $25, which is a very good deal. This is probably my favorite Johnny Depp movie. And this is maybe my favorite Terry Gilliam movie. I really, really love this movie. It's very odd. It's very bizarre. I don't think I've seen a movie that was both so much fun to watch and yet so hard to watch at the same time. Okay, so the next one is one of my favorite movies of the year, Formula One. Now, I have a confession to make. I didn't see this movie in theaters. I don't know why, but watching this on 4K, which, by the way, this looks really good on 4K, I am kind of like, oh man, I should have saw this in theaters. This is a phenomenal movie done by the guy who did Top Gun Maverick. And between this and Top Gun Maverick, this guy is becoming like one of my favorite directors working today. The racing scenes alone are absolutely incredible. But also the story is really, really good too. Definitely watch this movie if you haven't yet. Okay, so next up is, I think the only Marvel movie I have on 4K. Just mainly because, I'm just waiting until the prices are right, you know what I mean? But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. Really, all the Guardians movies, like the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy might be my favorite trilogy out of the MCU. This to me was visually the best. The action was phenomenal. The villain was incredible. The humor was really funny. But also this movie had a really great emotional core to it too. Which really touched me deeply. Okay, so the next one up is Halloween. I reviewed this for the first annual Halloween special. I believe this is the first 4K that I ever bought, which is really cool. Absolutely looks beautiful on 4K. This is my favorite slasher movie of all time. I adore Halloween. I watch it every year. I don't have too much to say other than, go check it out on Halloween if you haven't. Inception, a absolutely incredible movie. The visuals in this movie are insane. Especially, during, that scene when, Leonardo DiCaprio and Elliot Page are in that dream world, and the buildings are kind of coming together like waves. Absolutely incredible stuff in this movie. And this is a movie that gets even better the more I see it. One of my all-time favorite movies. This movie really shows what filmmaking can do and how it could push the boundaries of what can be done. If you haven't seen this, absolutely see it. This is one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films, and and this looks perfect on 4K. Okay, so one of my favorite 4K movies that I own is Interstellar. This looks unbelievable on 4K. The picture quality on this is some of the best I've ever seen. There's a grander, sense of detail in the image, and and part of this movie was shot in IMAX 70 millimeter, and with this 4K, you can tell that they really went in and they upped the color, they upped the detail, but they also kept the film grain on, on this, because this was shot on film, and it just looks flawless. And once again, this is one of my probably top 5 Nolan for me. I just really love the emotional core of this movie, and but also like the space sequences in this are incredible, and this is my favorite performance I've ever seen out of Matthew McConaughey. And especially the black hole scene is like top tier Nolan, and also the score by Hans Zimmer is just one of my favorite animated movies ever, Kung Fu Panda. This looks really good on 4K, but also this is one of my favorite DreamWorks movies ever. This movie is both really funny and beautifully animated, and the action scenes in here are phenomenal. Like, absolutely phenomenal. Like, you can tell that they watched like those really good martial arts movies, and really were influenced by them when they were making Kung Fu Panda. Next one up is The Longest Yard. I actually have yet to see this. It's been on my watch list, for a little while. I'm very excited to watch this. I've heard it's really, really phenomenal. I've seen the remake with Adam Sandler, and the remake I didn't think was too bad, but from what I hear, the original is a lot better. Okay, so this next one is my favorite Disney animated movie of all time, and that movie is The Lion King. This is a beautiful story with an epic scale and phenomenal songs and great characters and great writing. I just adore everything about this movie. And this is a must-have on 4K. If you have a 4K TV and a 4K player, buy this. This looks beautiful. And in terms of the live-action remake that Disney did, we don't talk about that movie. I'll just say it like that. All I'll say is just that we just stick to the original. Next up is a really cool steelbook that I got on Amazon during Black Friday last year, The Mask of Zorro. This steelbook is beautiful. I love the way that this looks. In here. Hold on, give me a little sec. And even the inside has like little artwork in it too, which is nice. Mask of Zorro is definitely one of my favorite action movies from the 90s. I really, really enjoy it. It's got great action. You can tell a lot of it's in camera. It was directed by Martin Campbell, who at the time did GoldenEye. And, he did a phenomenal job with Mask of Zorro. Okay, this next one is my favorite 4K that I own. Mad Max Fury Road. If I was to convince someone to buy a 4K TV and a 4K Blu-ray player, I would show them this movie. Not only is this one of my favorite action movies of all time, but this, with this 4K, you can tell that they upped the detail, they upped the color, there's more detail and vibrancy in the image. It just looks unbelievable. But the actual movie itself is absolutely phenomenal. And happy 10th anniversary to Mad Max Fury Road. Next one is this Peanuts Holiday Collection, which has The Great Pumpkin, hold on. There we go. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and a Charlie Brown Christmas, which I'm getting ready to watch very, very soon. I love all of these. These are all really, really, really delightful shorts. I watch them every year around the holidays. So, probably my favorite movie of all time, Pulp Fiction on 4K. This looks really, really good. You can tell that they added the detail. There's more vibrancy in the colors. But they still kept the film grain look, which I love, because film grain gives the movie more life to me, and yeah, this is Tarantino at his best. I do plan to get Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on 4K and Kill Bill, but man, absolutely buy this. If not for the 4K transfer alone, just for the movie itself. Next one up is Patriots Day. This is a really, really, really good movie about the Boston Marathon bombing. If you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. It was directed by Peter Berg, and it came out during kind of that time when Peter Berg was doing movies like Lone Survivor and Deepwater Horizon, which are also very good movies. And this is one of Peter Berg's best movies. This is probably my favorite American animated movie of all time, The Prince of Egypt. This is a gorgeous 4K transfer and a gorgeous looking movie. This movie is absolutely incredible. It's about the story of Moses, and it tells it in the most beautiful way possible. And Ramesses in this is almost like a Shakespearean villain, which is really nice. And man, the colors, the music, the voice acting, the animation. This is one of the most underrated movies I've ever seen. If you haven't seen this, I actually really envy you, because you get to see it for the first time with fresh eyes. Okay, so this next one I think is a very underrated early 2000s thriller called Red Eye. I watched this on Netflix, back when it was on. This is a very tight and very condensed thriller, where both Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy give some of their best performances in their careers in this. And what makes this movie interesting is that both of them are very, very smart. And so both of them kind of working off each other in this is really fun to watch. This has a very kind of like a Alfred Hitchcock feel. If you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. It's a very underrated early 2000s thriller directed by Wes Craven. So, one of my all-time favorite movies from one of my all-time favorite directors is an absolutely incredible film called A Simple Plan. This is Sam Raimi's best movie. This is a very, very well-written and beautifully acted thriller that came out in the 90s. This movie didn't do that great back when it came out, but man, you have to see this movie. It's basically about these three men that find this big bag full of money, and they basically steal the money. And the whole movie is like them trying to cover their tracks. This is like if the Coen brothers and Alfred Hitchcock made a film together. One of my favorite movies this year is James Gunn's Superman. I loved everything about this. This felt like Superman to me. After Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, which this was just such a big breath of fresh air. You could tell James Gunn is going to do great stuff with DC. Okay, my all-time favorite horror film is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. This is one of the best 4K transfers I've ever seen. There's more detail in the image. You could tell this is the more natural look of how the movie was supposed to look. And the colors are upped. And it has that beautiful film grain to add on top of it. This is a absolutely psychological horror masterpiece. Jack Nicholson is iconic. The sequences in this are very dreamlike, and they're very nightmarish. I'm very, very excited to review this one day. Maybe next year for the second Halloween special. Okay, the next one is Thelma and Louise. I still have yet to see this. I've heard it's really good. But this Criterion edition, I think is really, really cool. I really like the artwork on here. Okay. You know, you got like the disc, you know, on here. And, well, and this is almost like a little script, you know, and it comes with like a little booklet of the movie. Yeah, Criterion does incredible stuff with their releases. And, you know, and I'm very excited to check this out. Okay, WALL-E on 4K. This might be my favorite Pixar movie. There's just something about this movie that just really speaks to me. I think it's the visual storytelling that really, really does it for me. You know, and this edition is awesome. I love the artwork on this, and you know, and it comes with this really cool little booklet, and even the disc are kind of like the By and Large company from the movie. Man, Criterion really does go all out with their Blu-ray in 4K releases, and this is one of my favorite releases that they've done. You know, some people might prefer The Incredibles or Toy Story. Well, which don't get me wrong, I love those movies too. But there's some about WALL-E where I do say it is my favorite Pixar movie. Last, but certainly not least, one of my favorite movies from last year, The Wild Robot, a beautiful movie. I wish DreamWorks would make more movies like this. I was blown away by this. The colors, the acting, the writing, the visual storytelling, everything in this movie was just gorgeous. And this looks unbelievable on 4K. And guys, that's it. That is all my 4K Blu-rays, believe it or not. Woo! Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this. It was a lot of fun for me showing off my collection. And maybe next year I'll do you know, like kind of an update collection. You know, of like even more 4Ks. You know, what I got. Well, because I'm sure I'll get even more 4Ks down the line. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. Have a phenomenal day, and I will see you later. Take care.